message. Y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. If y'all watching this on the replay, I want to challenge you to watch this live on today. I'm excited on this motivational Monday to pour, to encourage, to empower the hearts of God's victorious ones. And you may be asking, who is God's victorious ones? That's you. Each and every one of you that have been drawn to this channel is because God has positioned this channel to help you to grow, to excel, and to literally walk into your victorious God-given identity. I'm just called to speak to that part of you, that place in you that you sleeping on, that you sitting on, that you settling on. And it's okay if you're recognizing it. It's in the recognizing, the self-reflection within yourself. You know what, self? This me settling. This me sleeping on myself. This me sitting here on this step and not getting up, becoming everything that God has preordained me to be. It's time for me to stop slipping and tripping on me. It's time for me to get up. It's time for me to get in my position of authority. It's time for me to stop sitting here stuck. It's time for me to stop sitting here settling. It's time for me to stop slipping and tripping on me. So that is what this channel is for. Miss Starla, welcome to the live on this wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm excited because God has literally always given me a word, y'all. As he gives me the word, I come and I release it, y'all. Today, God says, speak to my victorious ones and let them know the victory that they have been waiting on has been waiting on them. God say, they keep saying my victory. God say, it's always been yours. He said, first of all, you need to receive it. So I have 3 things that I want to talk to y'all about on today. So not only do I come on here to motivate y'all, but I help give y'all the keys, meaning the principle, meaning life things that I have applied that has changed my story. And I'm so grateful that God is utilizing my testimony for his glory, for his kingdom, for his victorious ones. Because God say there are victorious ones all over the world that are looking to truly to rise, that's looking truly to be all right with letting the old them go. Because you got to be all right with that. You got to say, you know what? That old version of me, she has to go. That old version of him, he has to go. Because I know God is calling me to higher heights. I know God has more for me. I know God has a purpose and a plan, that Jeremiah 29:11. But I need to wake up to that plan and I need to start processing. That way I can be prepared for where God is taking me, talking to you. So I'm excited on today. If y'all don't have pen and paper, grab it. Because this is going to help you. I don't come up here just to give you a word. I come up here to use the word to help break you free. So on tonight, I want you to receive what God has for you. Think about, you say, I need a word. I need a way. God gives us the word. God gives us the way, but we have to choose it. And I like to emphasize that because it's when I chose it, when I stopped settling, when I stopped sitting there and saying the why me, won't me, life changed and shift for me. Did problems stop? No. But the thing about the problems now is God has taught me how to endure. God has taught me how to fight. God has taught me how not to wait on other people for approval. And it came with spiritual maturity. And every day, y'all, I have to choose to spiritually mature in God. That is what this channel is for. It's to help you spiritually mature so that you won't allow the public opinion of other people to stop you. Because the public is always going to have an opinion. But you got to be able to zone in, lock in, and say, what they say is not the final say. What they say, does not dictate my destiny. What they say, is not what God says about me. Talking to you. And I'm talking the way that I'm talking because God say speak to them. Because God say they out here settling, daughter. They out here sleeping on themselves. They out here doubting themselves. They out here waiting on approval. And God say the only approval is you need to approve what God has already approved for you. Don't keep waiting on confirmation. Don't keep waiting on this, that, and the third. God said all the confirmation, all the word is in his word. But this channel is to help you say, you know what? That is in the word of God. I'm simply here to remind you of what God has put in you. And I'm so grateful. I have learned this from my personal coaches, my personal mentors, my personal pastors. Y'all, God sends people in our life to help remind us. God sent people in our life to help refine us. But the ultimate refining happens with God. So I tell y'all this because I don't want you to wait on me to come up here live. I don't want you to wait on a word from other people. Yes, we are a tool. But when it ultimately comes down to you growing, ultimately comes down to you maturing, ultimately you saying, you know what, self, is you got to lock in with self and God. Because you can listen to all the words, you can listen to all the confirmation and don't see a change because you're not really locked in on what God is telling and leading you to do. So yes, it's a beautiful thing, but I like to be real with y'all. On purpose, yes, to speak to y'all heart. On purpose, yes, to ignite what's in you. But I ultimately want you to understand that God has already positioned, preordained, processing, and is preparing you for that victory. Woo! God said he is already positioning to process you to get that victory. So you just got to receive it and walk in it. Woo! God said it's going to come with tests and trials, y'all, but that's life. I can tell y'all some stuff right now that been happening in my personal life, but let me tell you something. That has not stopped me. If anything, it has taught me. Even when you receive certain victories that you pray for, that does not stop life from happening. I like to be real with y'all. I'm not coming on here to give you no sugar coated. The victory is yours and you just got to sit there and receive it. That's not the truth. The victory is yours. But there's often things that you have to do to receive it. And you may be asking, why is that? When God has a promise for me. God says he has a promise for you. But you have to be able to receive it. That way your character, that way you can be the person that he needs you to be for whatever he has for you. That's the God we serve. God loves each and every one of us. But God said, I can't give you what you want if you ain't prepared for it. Because God said, when you get it, you may not be grateful for it. When you get it, you may not know how to keep it. So I come up here like I told y'all to give y'all what God has put in me. Because I want you to know it's not just certain people that has the anointing. It's just not certain people that God has called. God is calling you to literally walk in your identity as his victorious one. And what does that come with? It comes with you being set apart from the world, just being real. If you say, I want to be the victorious me, you got to know what it come with. I'm talking about the real of the real. Some people are not going to identify with the new you. But you got to be all right with that. Some people are not going to be cheering for you as you continue to be who God called you to be. Some people are going to cheer for you louder when you sitting there in your sorrow because they all right with that version of you. But you ain't all right with her. So you got to be okay with everybody not accepting who God has called and purposed you to be. And let me tell you why you got to be all right with that, Peppy. Because God, let me tell y'all a little something, will send the right people in your life that's going to identify with who he has called you to be. And I know this from my personal story. But God said you got to make room for it. Meaning, when God say that particular individual can't go where I'm taking you. And it's not because they a bad person. We got to say that. It ain't about that. God say that they just played their part in your story. God said, if I told you they had to go, or that's the end of their story in your story, you got to be able to say bye-bye so you can say hello to what God has for you. I'm dropping so many nuggets in this video. So if you're like, what do I need to get my victory? God tells me, and with my life testimony, y'all, this comes with a real fight of intentionality. That's the first thing I want you to write down. As God is speaking on tonight, God is saying that victory is always yours. It's always been inside of you. Woo! But you got to say, you know what, self? Woo! I need to start being intentional. And what comes with being intentional? God gonna start leading you to do things that may be uncomfortable. God said, you've been comfortable settling. You've been comfortable sitting on that step of sorrow. You've been comfortable, telling yourself that same story. But being comfortable starts not working for you. When you say, I keep getting revelation, I keep getting me sitting here stuck, not working for me. I keep not seeing my life elevate, and this ain't working for me. Me sitting here in the same old sad story, she ain't working for me. And you like, I got to do what works. And it's going to come with you getting up, even when it's hard. It's going to come with you saying, you know what? I may feel how I feel, but I'm not going to let these feelings stop me. I'm telling y'all some real stuff. Identify with what you feel. So I'm never not going to tell you not to feel what you feel. But do not let your feelings be the fact of why you sitting there stuck. Growth is a process. Growth takes deliverance. Think about a baby being delivered. There's pain. So whenever you hear about real growth, real development, there's pain that happens because now you're facing the real you. Now you're facing the stuff you used to run from. Now you're facing why you've been settling. So that's why it hurts sometimes to grow, but you got to stick it out. Y'all put that in the comments on tonight. Whoever's still up here on this live, I want y'all to put that in the comments and let me know that y'all are engaged. This word is helping you. And don't just click off because it's not what you want to hear. That's something else I learned. We be waiting on the word, but if it's not the word we want to hear, I'm going to click off. But clicking off is not working for you if you're clicking off, going to do the same thing and not seeing the change. I'm just being for real. This right here is not popular, everybody, but everybody want to grow. Everybody want to elevate. Everybody want to change. But everybody is not willing to face themselves. Everybody's not willing to get up out of being comfortable. Everybody is not willing to stop being mediocrity. Everybody is not willing to be set apart. Everybody's not willing to not listen to the opinions of the world. Telling you some stuff. But when you say, I got to lock in. I got to be for real. I got to stop chasing the things that God is telling me to stop chasing. And I got to start changing. That's what God said. I got to stop chasing people, places, habits, and identities that ain't working for me. And I have to start changing. And if you like, for real, this is the day, this is the season, this is the time that you say, you know what, self? I got to do it. And it's going to work together for your good. Y'all, I can remember even 3 years ago when I started this channel. Last week, Tuesday, was the anniversary of the channel. And I said, look at you, God. I can look at the first video I made and I can reflect how God has pieced the puzzle pieces together for my story. Am I a perfect speaker? No. But God has used what he has put in me to help other people, coach other people. And in the process of me being obedient to God, y'all, it has helped transform me. Woo! So I tell y'all this because stop looking to be perfect. Take that off the table. Take that out your mind. Because if you keep looking for perfection, you're going to keep sitting there stuck. If you keep on waiting for the perfect time, time's going to keep ticking. We about to be in the middle of February, y'all. This year is moving along. Time is going to keep moving and changing. But in the midst, you got to be able to square up with you and say, you know what? This year, I'm truly about to stop chasing all this fake love. I'm going to stop chasing, trying to fit in. I'm going to stop chasing for other people's approval. And I'm going to start changing. That change is going to come with people misunderstanding you. But you got to be all right with that, because God has not called you to be accepted by everybody. And if everybody like you, you should be questioning that, because everybody should not have so much liking for you that you got to conform and change who you are to fit in. You're not going to fit in everywhere. You especially not going to fit in this world. We're in this world, but we not of it. So you're not going to be like everybody else of the world. I'm just being real. But you got to be all right with that. That's the word today. God said you got to be all right with that. Brother Keith, welcome to the live on tonight. I'm reading y'all comments on tonight. I'm proud of y'all for coming on here. God is literally amazing. Joshua, Max, Peppy, Brother Keith, all of y'all, welcome to the live on tonight. I really pray, y'all, that y'all are really growing from these words. That's my ultimate assignment, is to really help y'all grow, because I knew what it felt like. Y'all hear me out? To wait on other people's approval. I know what it felt like to keep putting myself in the same toxic cycles. I know what it felt like not to identify and be the free me. But since God has broken me free, y'all, I want you to know what it feels like to be free. To be the light in the darkness. Because your light gonna light up the room when you walk in rooms, and some people ain't gonna identify with that. But you gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna be the light. Because me being in the dark, depressed, it ain't working for me. So the more y'all keep spiritually maturing, you gonna naturally see a new person evolve. So that's why you have to stick it out. You're going to say, look at me, self, I'm the bolder me. Look at me, self, I'm the courageous me. Look at me, self, I'm the not settled me no more. Look at me, self, I'm who God called and preordained me to be. Victorious. Y'all put that thing in the comments. By the way, y'all can hear me talk about these comments, because God said this is the season where we're going to be engaging. So y'all be intentional. That let me know that y'all still locked in with the word. God said victorious. That's what we are. God said y'all are not victims of your past. So if somebody bring up your past, you got to be like, I don't live there no more. If you still living there, let you keep playing that same version of me. That ain't me no more. Yes, Peppy and Mr. Keith say, I am not that old victim me. I'm not the old me that was settling. I'm the me that's going to be bold and courageous. Joshua 1:9. God has not called us to have a spirit of fear. So don't be fearful. God say walk in the boldness. God say walk in the authority. God say walk in knowing you got the victory. So I spoke on intentionality. So you got to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to be intentional. And it comes with you saying, I'm going to use the time that God has given me. It's not about making the time. You have to use the time. It's 24 hours in a day, y'all. So it ain't about making the time to do nothing. Use the time. So you got to be like, how am I using my time? Am I filling my spirit up with garbage? Just being real. Because what you listen to, what you watch, what you surround yourself with, that is what permeates your spirit. That is what coats your inside. Hey there, sweet one. So you have to be careful, mindful, and intentional about who you're talking to, what you're listening to, what you're watching. Come on, who around your energy. Because God say protect it. Just like we protect our cars and our houses, our cell phones. God say protect your peace. Protect your heart. Protect your life. That is not selfish. In order to say yes to the new version of you. Welcome to the live Sweet One on today. And as y'all are on here, y'all please drop y'all locations. I'm curious where y'all located at on today, because God said we got victorious ones all over the world. I'm in Georgia on today, y'all. Georgia. You have to be able to say no to what don't serve the new version of you. New Jersey in the house. In order to say, you know what, I gotta say yes. So you gotta be like, this is an example. This is where I need to be in order to grow, to become everything Shelly. Okay, I love your name, Shelly. You gotta be like, I know I gotta listen to what I need to listen to grow. I know I need to be careful what I'm surrounding myself with. Let me lock in, woo, and start listening to things that's gonna help me grow. Not things that's gonna drain me. And that come with even your phone. Everybody cannot have access to you, y'all. And that's not being mean. If you like, I'm for real about this change thing, it come with doing some things that may be a little tough. But the more you sit in it, you say, it's worth it. Thank you, Sweet One. I want to welcome you to the channel as God's victorious one. And I'm proud of you, Peppy, that's on here from England. I'm so proud of each and every one of y'all that's just coming on here constantly. I'm just up here to serve for y'all. That's what I'm here for. I'm a motivational speaker for the kingdom of God. God gets all the glory. Because God said there are victorious ones, daughter, that are really looking for a word to help rise them up from the sorrow they in. They help them to see that there's more to their life. And since I have been in a season in my past, y'all, when I didn't know how to be the free me, when I didn't know what my purpose was, when I kept feeling like I had to be a people pleaser, since God has broken that identity away and he has given me this new identity, y'all, I'm living it, I'm walking in it, and it's to help purposely help you to know that it's nothing wrong with you. You supposed to grow. Woo! You supposed to mature in God. You're supposed to be a new creation in Christ Jesus. So if somebody give you a vibe there's something wrong with you, pray for them. And God said, keep walking in the authority of being free. Y'all put some chains in the comment. Say, I'm free. Woo! I'm no longer bound, come on, to the lies that the enemy was telling me. I'm no longer bound to feeling like I gotta be a people pleaser. I'm no longer bound, to keeping myself stuck. I'm no longer bound, to waiting on other people's approval. Why? Because in his word, God say we are free. We are not bound. And if you in the stage in your life and you like, I don't know how to be free, stay locked in. This is the place. This is the season. And this word that God gave me, it's going to help break you free little by little. You're going to say, all right, think about being tied up. And then you have whatever you use to try to break it free. Little by little, word by word, you're going to see yourself breaking free of the old. And let me tell you something. When you broke free, you're going to say, man, I was really blinded, but now I see. You're going to say, all along, I was supposed to be the bold me. All along, I was supposed to be the free me. All along, I had this purpose in me. All along, I was called to walk in the authority of who God called me to be. Because as a child of God, y'all, God has not called us to be walking around like this with our head down in shame. God say, walk with your head up. God say, be able to have a posture of peace. God say, don't let fear stop you. God say, don't let fear paralyze you. Because if you in that fear, it's going to keep you stuck. And I pray for the one, the two, whoever see this part of this video, that if you're in that place of fear, God has a way of setting up events. And he going to say, all right, I had you do this. And I'm going to give y'all an example. Before I started doing what I do right here on a public platform, God had me start opening up doors at my church, y'all. At that time, I felt like my identity, I'm too introverted. I'm too shy. God broke that mold. All along, God said, I created you to be a people person. God said, because you a child of mine, I need you to be able to use that voice. So he started waking my voice up slowly, y'all. And then worship started being my thing that helped me through pain. Can I sing, y'all? No. I don't think I have a beautiful, you get what I'm saying, singing voice. But praise started being the power that God started using to help me break down stuff within my spirit. And then from there, he started waking me up to my gift to speak. So that's what he gonna do to you. He gonna say, I need you to do this. Put your foot in. Like, think about a pool. God say, put your toe in. From there, he gonna say, put your leg in. From there, he gonna say, go waist deep. And then from there, he gonna say, put your whole body in. And then from there, he's gonna say, go swim. That's how you become the bolder you. It's a process. And God does it in stages. That's why I said, y'all hear me out now. Keep moving. Don't stay stuck. Say, God, this your prayer to God. What is it that I need to do? In order to build, to become everything you have asked and purposed me to be. And just be ready when you pray that prayer. Because Holy Spirit is really going to start directing you to do some stuff. And you're going to be like, God, me? God say, yes, you. You're going to be like, me? God say, yes, you. Why not you? Woo! God say, I purposed you for this. Woo! I planned this for you. God say, I prepared you for this. Woo! God ain't just going to prepare you and you not be utilized for his kingdom. So it may not be motivational speaking, but he may have something else that he needs you to do. God has not put you on earth to grow through all the stuff you're growing through and not utilize it. That's the beauty in God. Y'all already know one of my favorite verses, that Romans 8:28. God say, I'm going to use that pain. God say, I'm going to use them tears. God say, I'm going to use everything that tried to break you, and I'm going to use it to build you. That's what he do, y'all. Everything that has tried to break you, God is going to use it to build you. The stuff that used to make me cry, God has used it. The stuff that used to make me settle, God has used it. And how has he used it? Because it got to a point, victorious ones, when that settling, that being stuck, that sitting in sorrow, it stopped working for me. And if you are in that season, you like this being stuck, this being mediocrity, me sitting here not seeing life change, it ain't working for me, it's time for you to say, God, I'm ready. God, I'm ready. And when God say, you ready? All right, y'all just be prepared. He gonna start doing this. He gonna hand you, I thought my scissors was over there. He gonna hand you some scissors, and he gonna say, all right, here go the scissors. I need you to start doing some cutting. That's like my hair. I need my hair cut right now, y'all, some split ends. God say, I got to do some cutting. God say, I got to do some pruning. I got to do some taking away. Woo! Nature talks about it, y'all. In fall, what happens? The leaves fall. Woo! And then we got to wait the spring to start seeing the newness. Woo! So you may be in a season where God start doing some pruning and some people got to fall off. God say, because I'm building you new. Woo! It's nothing against the people. But God say, the new version of you, gonna call for some new company. Gonna call for you to be set apart in a new group. And y'all, I'm testifying, telling y'all some real stuff. I get in Zooms behind the scenes, and I'm like, God, I'm in this room. God say, I equipped you and I qualified you to be here. He said, because all the things you have been learning, all them lessons you've been doing, God said, you're not just about to learn all that and not be utilized for my kingdom. So don't leave what God is planting in you. That's another key. God is giving you the seed. You got to plant it. A seed is not going to just grow if you just hold it in your hand. God said, I got to put it underground. I got to do some construction. The dirt going to do what it need to do. Woo! But you got to do what you got to do to nourish your seed of victory. You got to water it. You got to protect it. You got to keep checking on it. So don't just plant the seed and think it's going to grow and mature on its own. God say, no. You got to put some work in. God say, I need them roots strong so that you really can be the bold, courageous you. So you won't let every little thing that somebody say to you cause you to just quit. Woo! So you won't let every emotion cause you to give up. So you won't let every test and trial of life to make you quit. God builds us a stronger root system because he said, I need you to be strong and courageous. Woo! God said, I need you to be strong. God said, I need you to be courageous. I spoke on being intentional. So if you don't take anything else away from this video, you have to make a commitment. You have to make a promise. You have to make a sacrifice to yourself today. And you got to say, you know what, self? The victorious me is waiting on me. She's always been waiting on me. He's always been waiting on me. But I need to make the commitment. I need to make the sacrifice. I need to do what it takes. Because this me settling, this me being asleep on myself, and this me being stuck, it ain't working for me. I really pray this word bless y'all on today. I'm just up here to give y'all keys, principle, knowledge, wisdom, life experience that has helped me to see my victory. And God gets all the glory. Things I prayed about, y'all, even 3 years ago, in the midst of me starting up my purpose, God has answered prayers. God is amazing, but you got to stick it out with him. Stop leaving your plant. Keep growing. If other people leave, love them, but don't leave your victory. God say it again. Stop leaving your victory. Even when times get hard, that does not mean that you're not winning. Ooh, God is teaching you something in it. Stop aborting the mission. God says stick it out. Because after you get through the storms, after you get through the waves, after you get through what's trying to blow you down, you're going to be able to say, I've been rooted for this. Because you're going to say the old me would have gave up. The old me would have sat settling. The old me would have let fear paralyze me. But you're going to be able to say, God has really prepared and processed me for what he has for you. Because y'all, God do have to make sure we're qualified. So you have to be able to say, you know what, God, mature me. God, help give me the strength. God, help me give me the wisdom. God, help give me the discernment. And he will. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be able to say, look at you, God. Ooh. And God going to be able to say to you, look at you, victorious you. You ain't out here settling. You ain't out here waiting on validation. You ain't out here waiting for approval. But you out here literally being the bold, courageous, wise you who I have called you to be. And it's not about being perfect. It's about you intentionally saying, God, I'm ready. And when you say that, you're going to really start seeing God move in your life. And like I said before, because I like to be real with y'all, growing, becoming, being obedient to God, that does not omit the tests and trials of life. But the more you stick it out, you're going to be able to see, wow, I'm strong and I'm built for this. Woo! That's what God do. He helps you to recognize what's inside of you. You be built for stuff that you used to didn't know about, because now you have grown and matured enough to say, oh, I went through that test and I was able to pass it. And you're going to say, I got this. Ooh. So you're going to continue to mature. That's why you got to stick it out. Because you can't say, oh, this thing got hard, so I'm going to quit. God say, no, I'm building you for this. Ooh. I'm maturing you for this. I'm preparing you for this. I'm qualifying you for this. I'm calling you for this. Woo! So as you go and you become, you're going to say, oh, now I see why I had to go through that test. Now I see why I had to go through that storm. Oh, now I see why I had to become the bold, courageous me. Because God needed me to be prepared for this. Peppy, you keep growing on tonight. I am excited for you. You keep growing. I hope one day I get to meet with you through the Google. I want to do a Google Meet soon if y'all are open to it, because I do want to meet y'all one-on-one through a Google Meets, because God is doing a new thing, but you have to receive it. It ain't just saying it, but each and every day, y'all, we got to be able to say, God graced me for this. God built me for this. God has qualified for me for this. God has chosen me for this. Woo! You have to be able to get with yourself. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself. That's how I'm able to dig and grow and be obedient to God, y'all. I don't tap into waiting on nobody else. I'm grateful God has sent individuals in my story that help remind me of these things. Woo! But ultimately, you got to intentionally be able to say, self, God and me got to be able to do this thing. Because people can leave, but God will never leave you nor forsake you. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be intentional. It has been your motivational speaker. Y'all don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If this blessed y'all on tonight, y'all continue to put y'all post notifications on. If these lives are helping y'all and y'all liking the live videos, y'all continue to let me know. Because I'm here to serve y'all, to give y'all what God has given me, so that you can literally be who He has purposed you to be, victorious. It has been your motivational speaker for the kingdom of God. Glory be to God, because He gets all the glory. Monica Stokes. Y'all be blessed.